Lucaro, thank you for the banana in chat. Jod Rogan, thank you for the banana in chat. Randy, Alpen Glow Up, Cat Squirrel, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. It lets me know that we're live on twitch.tv/Asuma, where the live stream is taking place. And there is False, because it's a Hermitcraft live stream day. And False was streaming before me, and someone else is streaming after me. And why can't I remember who it is? Someone needs to tell me. Dr. Crunch77, thank you for the Prime subscription, appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Is that False? Grumpier, sir. Grumpy. I guess I kind of look grumpy. Oh, today it's a soul lantern. Beautiful, beautiful. And hey, what happened to my golden helmet? I guess it broke. I should put that back on. I got a question for y'all. Would you like to see some TNT getting blown up in the Nether? It's not part of my plan, but I thought, why don't we do something like that today? And we got some yeses in chat. We've got a no, but only one. I've counted one no. 2 no's. 3. Who are these spoil sports that don't want explosions in the Nether? Jeez. Don't you know explosions are fun? Oh, this music's just beautiful, isn't it? Oh, this music brings joy to my soul. Okay. Okay, chat. Thank you for your spam. I appreciate it. There's no need for any more. But speaking of which, maybe there is, because now there's more spam. There's a raid going on. We're being false raided. False, thank you ever so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome all the raiders to the next part of the Hermitcraft live stream day. The next part of the live stream day. The part after the bit before it. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's not really making much sense, is it? Whew! Right, we're going to leave this over here. And our adventure will probably take us to a place where we need more shulker boxes. So I'm going to grab a couple more, and then we're going to make some TNT. And then we're going to go blow stuff up in the Nether. Oh yeah, so much fun. So much fun to be had. So welcome everyone. Grumpy Asuma says Steampunk. Is it Steampunk Wolf? Your name went off the screen because I don't have a pause chat button. Poor old X, not having a pause chat button. I need one. Grumpy. I mean, I do look grumpy, especially with this helmet on. The helmet makes things look worse. I can't deny it. I hope I don't sound grumpy. I don't feel grumpy. I feel pretty good. Right, TNT. Flint and steel, blatantly need another one. Let's make 2. And I'll throw these off after. Can we have back the bee skin? Nah, the bee skin is part of the past now, you know. It's, we always move forward, never backwards, never sideways. I don't know. I like change. I like new chapters. It's good. Some more of those. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's go blow up some TNT in the dimension that has been updated in 1.16. We got noises in the ear from Sir Boogs for 3 months. Thank you so much. Let's actually oh, I've ruined my streaming setup. Let's minimize that. There we go. Aha. Okay, Matsubu for 18 months. Marissa Jams for 4. Titan and Clank for 2. Jiffy J14 for 40 months. Verizon Amiga for 26. Sharu Manaru for 8. Catkin63 for 38. We got John the Squirrel gifting a sub to Lisa MC. And Flolan for 2 months. John the Squirrel, thank you for supporting the community. I'm going to crack my window open a little bit. It's cold outside and it's very windy. Earlier in the day, it got too windy and I shut the windows. Did you enjoy your curry? Yes, I did. I had a lamb pasanda and a mango curry with a onion bhaji and a cheese naan bread. Wait, I don't need to go in there. It was gorgeous. I really enjoyed it. Okay. Spoiler alert. I've been doing stuff. Okay, another spoiler alert. Oh, it's not really a spoiler, but piglins don't like me. Are we piglins? Yeah, piglins. That's what they're called. We're gonna have some troubles here. Oh, I wonder if... Oh, 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 oh. If they hurt the pigmen, will they be angry at the ghast? Okay, anyway. The piglins, they ain't making life easy, you know. They ain't making life easy for me. Right, that'll do, then we turn around. Don't have a frown, turn it around. Kill a ghast. Are you drifting down? You're drifting down faster than I am. Okay, you can see some... Oh, look! Look, I'm just trying to play the game. They after me again. Right. Where's... With the... Yeah! Go on! Go on! Yeah! That's how we deal with problems. What are you making, says Phase Phil Swift. Making? I ain't making anything. I'm destroying. I'm removing. For your pleasure. Everyone loves TNT. Oh, that was terrible. I expected more than that. I expected so much more in this life. Chain reaction. Oh yeah. Sweet, that's what we like to see around here. You remember me telling you I closed my window? Now I know what I did. Go on, blow it up, blow it up. I was standing there. I was standing here. Yeah, there you go, good shot. Well, you're actually slowing me down. You're a distraction. Get some more TNT. Let's get away from the TNT. Woo! Let's experiment a little bit. How about get away from there? Boom! Nice big explosion. Making another base? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So I'm assuming some of you were here last stream. You probably know what the dealio is, what I'm up to. If you weren't, we are clearing this land for my part of the nether base. Boom! I also need to remove all of this lava that appears and creates a huge mess. Need to remove it all. There's some down here. I thought I saw some. We got noises in the air from my dude 2312 for 3 months. We got JZinc00 with the Prime. Exit PCCSX with the Prime. JJ Carnell 22. Thank you so much for your support, people. It's appreciated. We also got Awesome Tree gifting free subs to Adam 232, Cleo, Christina, and Deadmouse. Thank you ever so much for gifting the subs and supporting the community. It is appreciated. Very kind of you to do so. Seem we get a little bit of a chain reaction going there. No, not quite. Beautiful stuff. Got to watch out for the hangers though. Can't leave them lying around like that. In fact, you can see we've got a little bit of a problem developing just over here. Some unregulated landmass. Okay. Gonna hop back over here. Nice. And I'll do the rest of this a little bit manually, I think. Or at least some of it manually. I think we'll put 2 over here. Just to really make sure that it gets done. Yeah, that was probably quite a waste. So I need to put these like more in the big land masses in the middle, right? Wow, we're down to 23. We're only going to spend a stack doing this. Can't leave these hangers lying about. Oh, we made the pigmen angry. At last, it happened. Oh, jeez Louise. I've got a plan for all of y'all. Right, where's my rockets? I killed one! I killed one! Did you see it? That was so impressive. Hold your horses, people. We need to do a few more of those. Okay, okay. You're closing in on my position. I get it. Who will get wrecked? No one. No one got wrecked. Okay, let's try it again. We need a bit more time. Need a bit more time. Right, I feel like that's good coverage. Let's see what happens. Got one. Oh, got quite a few of them. This is too much fun. This is too much fun. Okay, over to this end. Just gonna do things the chaos way from over here. Right, where my pigmen at? I've got all my ammunitions. I'm ready to do this. You know what's happening? What's hanging? Where are we at? Come on, crew. Come on, fellas. I know you can take me out. You got to prove it. All right, let's see what they are. Oh, not the ghast! You're going to ruin everything. My army is coming. Let's see what happens. Oh, they all got kaboomed. They got kaboomed. Is that it? The end of the reaction? Surely not. Oh, I can't see if there's any more TNT there. That was it, peeps. I put it all two together, didn't I? Well, clearly I'm not welcome here anymore. Where should I go? I'm trying to practice doing this, okay? See it? You see it? Oof. Oof. You don't take like damage if you hit your head. Like, it's really weird like that. Okay, I think the trick is to be more vertical. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Oh. Yes! Yes! Perfection! Perfection. Okay. Hi. Sorry, got a bit carried away there. Got a little bit carried away. We have Triangle with the cheers and bits. Thank you so much. We got Rayanar991 with the Prime, redfox subscribing, Hannah Meg with the Prime, Jan14 for 4 months. Could we listen to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack someday? Probably not. Probably copyrighted. The Suitor is here with the Prime, Mr. Chris91 with Prime, and Ender Stir. Thank you everyone so much for your support. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to go into the other world for a bit now. Going to do some stuff over there. Legolas Lobster says thank you for the good times. Thank you for your 3 months of support, dude. Appreciate it. Is it hardcore, says Rob? No, this is not hardcore. I would not want to play on a hardcore world. You know, if I die, I want to keep playing on a world. I want to play on a world for a long amount of time. Don't want death putting all of that in jeopardy. Right, I think this thing's filled top to bottom now. And I don't think I'm going to need that much netherrack again. So that stuff can get honeyed. Can make squishy sounds on the honey. Okay, must hold on to that. Got our shulker boxes. Gonna make a repair. And now we've got to do a little job with some redstone. Let's sleep in a bed before we head over there. We got Dr. Weary here for 6 months and .. with the cheers and bits. Cobra Slayer 321 has subscribed. Thank you for your support. It's always appreciated, peeps. I've got a hot cup of tea right here. It needs drinking. I'm talking very fast. What? Okay, let's drink that. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice cup of tea. Matt Villarian is here subscribing. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Where are brutal piglin skins, says Mr. X. And I'm going to change them every 5 minutes, you know. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Strider skin. I could have done a piglin one, but I felt like the Strider one just had a better feel to it. So we've got a job to do, and that job is to fix a flying machine over here. Okay, look, it's broken. It breaks over and over again, and I am sick to death of fixing it. So, well, what we're going to do is change the whole operation here with some redstone. One thing I can do is actually send it on its merry way. There you go. Go on your merry way. Powered by Shulkerbox. Right, it's doing its thing. And we're going to try and do our thing in this jungle. But I'm going to need some redstone, some concentration, some brain power, sticky piston, a wooden log. I have a wooden log. I'm not even going to try and disguise this too much, because the idea of integrating it into the jungle is cool, but there's only like so much integration you actually need over here. Okay, was that thing like firing multiple times then? I could even be super cheeky and make that a redstone block, you know. Now, let's have a look. So, I tell you what, it's about to come back. We'll wait until it's back. There's just a lot of piston stuff going on down there, basically. Alright. It stopped in the same spot, and we got noises in the ear. Zakar Maple and Gracie B. Habby. Thank you ever so much for your support. It's appreciated. So I wanted this to look more subtle and integrated, but it just haven't. I mean, that don't even make sense. At least put it upwards, or downwards, or whateverwards, like that. Right, we need that to extend is the idea, not this. So now, the way it's wired, probably, you know, just gonna put in some redstone torches. I know I was supposed to make it all secretive and more integrated, but it's just not going to be possible. Actually, that being said, like it's not too bad. Just a couple of wooden blocks out of place, like that. Maybe if I had a few extra leaves in here. 5. I'm really well prepared. I've got 5 leaf blocks, but we can probably make it even more subtle. Just a little bit of that going on. So now, this thing I hope doesn't break anymore, because it, for some reason, just breaks in the weirdest way. It just stops before it gets to the leaves. I can understand if it had an issue with the leaves updating, but stopping before it gets to the leaves don't make any sense. So this thing should now update, and the one over the other end doesn't work properly all the time as well, so you get put away. These two are coming with me for now. Right, onto the other one. You live in a jungle, but you only have 5 leaf blocks, says Salty Hallerman. And in that one chest, yeah. You know, don't judge me based on one chest, dude. You know, that's not cool. Man, this area can be choppy. I think we've managed to skip the middle one and come all the way over to the end one. Ugh, okay. Looks like it, yeah. So this one seems to work more, but every now and then it breaks as well. So what we need to do is put that log right there. I could actually leave a log there as well if I wanted to. It's completely harmless. Now I need to figure out where on earth the redstone is, you know. I mean, I can hear. This one's probably way more hidden. That's probably the block. Let's check it out. Uh-huh. Right. So power is going to come through there, and then we need it to then hit this. Extend it out. So it should be pretty simple. A little bit of diagonal power, possibly. Diagonal, you know what I mean. Right, so it's powered by default. Interesting. So we shall... I think I'm just going to have a bit of redstone on display. When that gets powered, it'll do that. I can hide this with a couple of leaf blocks. Right. Bamboo there, it's all good. We don't mind a little bit on display. And then that's it. Job done, I think. Feels like that was too quick. I'm going to come over here and find out it doesn't work later on. And then it will explode because, you know, because of all that TNT we put in here. That's why it'll explode. You know, don't question it. It'll explode, trust me. Let's wait a second and see if it gets sent on its way. We got noises in the ear from Kermwan Dek Eleka. For 3 months, probably butchered that name. Kadidid, 12 months. A Dum Dum, 85 for 20. Anna Bomb Banana is gifting the sub to 100 years to train. Thank you for gifting the sub and supporting the community. And CBang92 is here with the Prime. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Salty Halaman says, does the Stride Sumo remind you of Evil X? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why I picked this skin, right? Because it's the Evil X colour of red. And it matched the Strider really well. Hey-oh, hey-oh. Okay, job done. Job done. Now, we need more bamboo because those things weren't running enough, and now I've started to really tear through these resources. If we come over here, need to bring these back to base, essentially. I could do a little bit more redstone engineering while we're here, you know. I got a little bit of a problem to fix. So because we've been running out of fuel and having issues over here, it means that a lot of the supply up the top has been getting backed up in the system. You know, like that needs to smelt. So if we take a little bit of redstone and possibly some other bits and boops. Well, I'm going to have to use that now, aren't I? Where does Asuma get his hundreds of levels, says Rocktober. If you watch my next episode of Hermitcraft, all will be revealed. Oh, will be revealed. So I want to add a feature, and I kind of want to put it on both sides, and I kind of can. Yeah, this actually would be quite easy to put together, what I'm envisioning. We just need... In fact, ideas are swirling in my brain. Well, we'll use some bone blocks since that's been used a lot in this area. We're going to need 2 levers, some redstone, probably more than that, and a couple of torches. Which I will, I'll actually replenish right now. Okay. And now I need more redstone, of course I do. All will be revealed in a second, my friends. All makes sense. X, I was wondering if you cook your own food or if you buy it, says Luke. I can't read the rest of your name. I cook pretty much all my food. Once a week I order takeaway. Right, so we're going to have a line of redstone like this. And I'm just wondering... Okay, well the block height needs to be different than I was thinking by quite a bit, so... I'm going to use that. That edge, so it faces the same way. I can almost... yeah, no, I know how this works. Hang on. Okay, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know entirely what I'm doing at last. Woohoo. This will be good, trust me. Okay, trust me, I'm a professional Minecrafter. Yeah, I might be a professional derp as well, you know. Go easy on me. So then over here it's... Let's get rid of that block and that block. Ooh. Okay, I didn't see that coming. But that's fine, I think. It can be there. Okay, and now we have that block and that block. Oh. No, I can still make this work. Yeah, I can. Trust me, peeps, I can still make this work. I'm going to make a couple of modifications on the inside. Going to grab those things. Oh, I've already done the levers. Let's take 2 torches, put that back. And I need 2 repeaters. And then all will be revealed. So, if you power this on this side, it will power that block. Which will... it needs to be on by default. That's something to consider. So maybe actually we... this just makes it even more complicated again. We do that, right? So it can be on by default. Now didn't I have... I thought I had... Must have had the incorrect amount of torches. Okay. That. How's that? All good. Change this to a repeater. Now, which other one... Oh! Now that it's powered by default, it doesn't actually work. Well, that's funny. Ah. The fact that it would be powered by default, so it literally does disrupt the flow. I would have to... Oh my word. That is tricky. I'd have to conceive some entirely different way of powering this now. Question is, do I want to do that or not? If I put the block there and rally it across... I think I'm going to have to just forget this middle bit and just make it so each side is individual. Which I know is going to be a pain in the bum, and I don't really want to do it that way. But due to the way the current flows, it's not going to be possible to do it another way. I think. Unless we power this block differently. Okay, yeah, right, so we can do it. If we put our little line of redstone across like that, then that technically wouldn't interfere because the comparator would only create a small signal. That's kind of interesting. So we would get away with having that there and it not powering the other side. Plus they're synchronous anyway. So that, in theory, doesn't matter that it's like that. So now what we need to do is power this block a different way, which would be that way. So no torch underneath. Down goes that redstone. I was trying to keep all the bone blocks clean originally. Now they're all messy and all over the place. And do we need it to be powered? No. So we don't need this torch anymore. Just got to do away with this hideous mash of redstone over here. Right, like that. Now let's get rid of everything below that we don't need. Okay, how do we do it over there? Same way? Almost the same way. Okay, so if we power it here at this end, it powers the block and then powers across. Now why? I know why it's powered, because I've left that there. Cool, so now it can function like normal, but I can also choose to let all the stuff flow through if I want to. That is cool. It looks super janky from down here, but nothing will spawn on it. Just got to install... I do have ender pearls. Just got to install some redstone lamps. And then we're good. We're good. The old redstone dot looks so weird, says Lil Chanka. Does it? Do you mean the cross looks weird? I mean the dot, we're kind of used to the dot. Okay, so if ever I want to just like fill these things to the top, I hit that. And they'll start filling up. And that is what that lever is for. And I can activate it from either side. Hey X, what's the biggest Minecraft derf you've ever made, says Fodude. I made a bunch. Usually ones like recording the wrong screen are the ones that get to me, like earlier today. Although, I say get to me, I'm always practicing, trying to put things in perspective and realise, hey, recording the wrong thing, I mean, that's a pretty good position really, isn't it? You know, not starving to death, not dying in a war, you know, just getting annoyed over recording a computer game. What's there to be annoyed about? Anyway, so yeah, earlier today I did it. I just kind of recorded a whole like little section and then realised I was recording the camera account. So then I stepped back and I thought, well, I stepped away from the computer. It was about time I needed to anyway, like have a little break. And then I just approached it again and went, do you know what? I can make the best of this situation. It'll be fine. Just recorded some stuff again and it all worked out pretty good. Oakley dokley, right. We have initialized some repairs. Is it me or are there more furnaces working on this side? No, they actually seem pretty even. Yeah. So we're slowly running out of fuel, but we are producing more and more nether brick as we go. Cool, 2 little jobs that needed doing we done today. That's great, isn't it? Do you know what the mob cap of the server is, says Glitch? Well, we're on vanilla, so whatever the vanilla default is with 5 players, or 4, because it might not include a camera count. And if you're wondering what my camera count's doing, it's just loading that area so we keep producing bamboo. In fact, if it's doing that, I'm going to leave the system I just created on, because then eventually over time it will do everything in here, in theory. It might not do like ones back here because they haven't got the fuel, right? How are your elbows doing today, says Hero? They're doing great, actually. Today was a rest day for me, so nothing strenuous for them. Prevoxygen says, I pray every day for an Asuma podcast. This is it. This is it right here. This is the closest you're going to get right now, okay? Just me waffling when I live stream. So what do y'all want to talk about today, hey? Let me check my notes before I look in chat. We'll cross that off the list. And we shall now go into the Nether and gather some new resources. Yeah, that sounds good. A little bit of an adventure. Is there an update for lithium? Yeah, lithium's been on 1.16 from like the day it came out. Or the day after, I think. Don't camera accounts not load things, says Loser Polo. No, they load things. I mean, unless there's a rule for stopping them generating chunks, but they load things. How does being YouTubers change the server environment, says Torbot. Ah, it doesn't change the environment, it is the environment, right? Think of it like that. It's a huge part of why Hermitcraft is the way Hermitcraft is. It might even be the whole part. It's not the whole part, but you know what I mean. Noises in the ear. What about them? What about them? Where did we get to? Cutie Pie Kitten is here for 45 months. Pook, Martin Bug with the Prime. G-Stav for 53 months. Day One Dream. 53 months. Good. Oh yeah, just here for 53 months, you know. Next. Jeez. 53 months. Day One Dreamer, 4 months. Nate Saves 235 for 2 months. Hup Flupper gifting a sub to Estelian. Thank you so much for supporting SD, our Wonder Mod. Always here, every stream. Thank you, SD, for all you do. And thank you, Hup Fluffer, for supporting our community. Harry, 25, with the 4-month resubscription. We've got redfox with cheers and bits, and we've got Just Dave, 2002, with a donation saying, Hey X, my girlfriend and I met each other during Hermitcraft streams, and we're celebrating our 4-year anniversary today by watching some more. Thanks for the amazing content, and have a great day. That's awesome, that's so great to hear. It also tells me you've both been watching for 4 years. That's a crazy long time to stick around, so thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, that's Ethos. Right, where are we going? We're going down here, we're going to fly in this direction. Now, I want to visit the Crimson and the Wart biomes to pick up some stuff. And we have a bit of a gentleman's rule that you've got to go like far out to gather stuff. But what I'm going to do is basically not go crazy far out and just try and pick like an... Actually, I think all I need is the fungi. And I think I need one bit of the nylium. Are there 2 colours? Oh, those blocks generate in the ground. Now, I don't know if you get shroom... Oh, that was super quick. I got 2 blocks. I've broken the rule. I made a rule, I broke it. That's all I need, actually. Because then I think bone meal delivers everything else. I need a twisted vine. You know this whole like nether exploration thing? I'm not going to sit around and rip out a biome for blocks. Oh, there's a bastion. Oh, goodness me, there's a bastion over here. That changed quickly, didn't it? Oh, look, a bastion. Oh, look, a bastion. Jeez. Jeez. Oh. I hear it. It's on my... It's behind me. That one, yeah. Okay, and I'm going to grab those, and then we can farm them, right? 2. I've taken 2. It felt like there were more there. Those are the 3 different items we need from each type of biome, I think. Now let's go this way a little bit, and then we found the next one. Beautiful. Okay, so this one's a bit more dangerous because of hoglins. So I want to grab 3 blocks. Alright, that's one of them. Down there. Grab the fungus. Think I've got it. Keep running because it's on my tail. Grab a few more blocks and off we go. Let's check it out. Did we get everything? Yep. But we didn't get the fungi actually, so let's turn around. Let's try that fungi again. Fungus, where you at? Oh, right into the hoglin! Did I get it? Yeah, I think I got that. Woo! Let's have a little check. We got it. Sweet. That's it. That's all I needed to do. Isn't it weird? Like, yesterday's live stream was like, hey, I know there's this new Nether update, but watch me mine Netherrack, right? Today's is like, hey, let's go gather these resources. Oh, I only need 3 blocks from each biome. That's right, yeah. That's how that works. Okay, here we go. Oof. Oh, beautiful. Oh, magic tricks. Oh, come on now. That was pro skills. That was just unbelievable. You know? Whew. I don't even know how I did that, okay? Usually I die when I try things like this. That was fun. Whoppy Dup is here with the Prime. Captain Damage 23 is here for 2 months in a row. And we also got LTU 2528 with the Prime. Captain Damage says, thank you for all the motivation you give me. Started running again and enjoying nature. Taking my adult life back on track after a separation. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Take control, man. Yeah, speaking of running, I've been looking for a day to run in the evening, and today will be kind of perfect because I'm streaming later than usual. I've done all my eating, and I like to run way after eating. Like, at least 4 to 5 hours I'd like. And, oh, just distracted myself by thinking about where we're going to go. But yeah, one of the reasons I want to run in the evening at night is because in the summertime when it's hot and you run at night, it is great. If you just go out at the right time when the sun's going down, like the temperature comes down as your temperature goes up and there's like a cool breeze and it's just perfect. Some of the best running. But I tend to run first thing in the morning these days. So I've been looking for it today, but the weather just ain't right. It's windy, it's cold today, and I was thinking it's kind of perfect timing, but the reason I wanted to go was just to enjoy that summer night type of running, which can't really, if it ain't very summery, you know. Right, I need some netherrack. I've probably actually got some in here. Yep, got plenty. Gonna need some bone meal. I guess I got 3 bones here, haven't I? Look, there's some bone meal. Should be some more in there. Delicious cup of tea right here. Anis Dude Cert has subscribed. Flintwood Garden has as well. And Oscar17580 for 3 months. Saying thanks for really good content. I hope everything's good with you. Cheers, man. Everything's good with me, I tell you. Excuse me. What's that redstone torch tower for? It is for blowing up mushrooms and stuff. Yeah, and I wanted to come over to here because it's kind of been like a little test area for me. Now, the way that we can make, I believe, more of these blocks is by having them like this. Actually, I probably want to surround them a bit more. Oh, I bone mealed the wrong thing. You do that, yeah. There you go. Cool, so that's how we have a Nylium farm, right? And then we bone mill it on it to get those types of blocks. So I think what I'm going to do here is set up a little contraption that I built earlier in the season. It involves some redstone. There's monsters nearby. Those cheeky monsters. Cheeky, cheeky monsters. We got Anonymous gifting a sub to Google Translate 1. Thank you for the sub there. We got Deb Constructor subscribing for 3 months in a row. And we got Jason Micron here with a donation saying, thanks for managing the server. You are providing a great source of entertainment during these times where we are stuck inside. And 26.2. I don't know what 26.2 means, but thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I just, you know, I got a passion for Hermitcraft. I'm more than happy to do what needs to be done in terms of keeping the server up and all of that. Okay. So I think we're going to do this with a 5x5 area and a dispenser. We're going to set up 2 of these. Dispenser, there we go. Maybe add a few hoppers just so it looks a bit smarter, I guess. Going to need some redstone. A couple of pressure plates. Totally going to have to color code the pressure plates though, right? And then going to need some additional blocks again. Color coding them would be pretty cool. So maybe if we grow that. And then chop this down. I'm going to need my toolbox. Gonna need a hoe. Gonna need an axe. Oh yeah. Oh! And this means we can generate shroom lights. Awesome. I did want to know that. And then we don't worry about saplings dropping from the tree, which is kind of interesting. We don't worry about that at all. Wonder if I could use the TNT machine over there for some of this tree growing, you know? And what happens if I don't grow it again? Ah, look at that. Silk touch. Maybe shears as well, if I remember correctly. So you can be turned to that type. Then you can do that, then we can grow a tree. I think the one above was interfering with it a little bit. Beautiful stuff. And we got our hands on a shroom light. Or 4. Pretty good. Did that thing drop? Hey, it generates weeping vines on the tree. Fascinating. Fascinating stuff. I think the texture of this block is really cool. I can't wait to find a good way to use it in a build. I think that's going to be fun. Right, we got Jedi Sentinel here with Cheers and Bits saying, hey X, what type of tea is your favourite? I'm slowly getting into drinking it more, but I don't know many flavours. I'd recommend trying everyday English breakfast. A Sam is really nice. Some Lapsang Sao Chong. You want to go a little smoky with your flavour, or Earl Grey if you want to go a bit fragrancy. Maybe try and look for one of those little boxes with like lots of different flavours in, so you can try them all out and find out which ones you like. Thank you for the cheers and bits, by the way. We also got Cordashi here for 41 months saying, did you already listen to Bring Me the Horizon's new song Parasite Eve? No, it's on my playlist. I just didn't have a lot of playlist watching going on today. I was catching up on some shows on Netflix and listening to a little bit of X to the Z. And we got Pixel Riffs in chat. Hey dude, Lapsang Sao Chong pairs well with the Nether update. I can imagine so. Yeah, it's the kind of flavour to meet the Nether. That smoky fire and yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's getting a little cold now, though. Oh, you came with a raid with Joel as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did notice 1 or 2 raid messages, but I didn't spot. I actually never got a raid notification on the stream either. But yeah, I was trying to spot it and I didn't know what it was. But thank you so much for the raid and welcome all the raiders. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are playing on the Hermitcraft server and we are making some farms. That's the block that I'm looking for. That is the block. So we shall rip this out for a second. Gonna make one over here. Need like a... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I can't remember how I did this. Dispenser here. Netherrack and this stuff. I think it was 5x5. We can do a little check anyway. So it's about if you can hit the block at the back, essentially. If I'm here, yeah, you can. You got that reach. That's good. So it's a little 5x5. Okay, you're going to need some more bone meal, more than that. Oh, Pixel, you joined a raid. Oh, wait, no, you're talking to someone else. Okay. I'm confused. And we got a noise in here. It's QS010 with a donation saying, what are you planning for the next topic on the Asuma Says channel? Well, Adam will be clipping stuff to go on there that we talked about yesterday. There's stuff from old streams that is going to go on there. That's going to get edited. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about some stuff in a bit. I mean, some stuff's been happening today that I've been thinking about. And we also talked about some stuff yesterday that I had the time to then go and look up and learn about a bit more. And there's never a shortage of stuff to talk about in this world, is there, really? Okay, I wanted to color code the pressure plates, but they'll sort of blend in, so I think I'll use like the opposites on either side. By the way, this is entirely temporary. That breathing in noise really annoys me whenever I do it. I'm thinking of building like a mega build somewhere that's like a big center just to put in loads of random stuff, because like if I want to make this permanent, I need to go and build a tower for it, and it feels a little bit like redundant. So I'm thinking of building like a big sort of factory or something, you know, just like a mega structure. Doing little projects like this inside of it. Anyway, we're going to go grab this. Can we do it on a... You got to plant it on one of these. Hey, oh, it pops off all that stuff, which is kind of strange that it does that. Okay, I need those blocks, and then... Oh, beautiful. Oh, the goodness. The goodness of instant mine. Okay, we'll take these and put them at either end. Then we shall... Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm missing something here, but maybe I'm not. I think when I originally made this, it might have been wider overall. Okay, I kind of want a way to just easily top it up, so we'll do that. Right, on either side we do this. This music's so good. Why no netherite pick? It's currently being repaired. By the way, we can make some more netherite tools this stream. We'll have time for that. We got Lego 455 gifting a sub to Pixel Riffs. Thank you so much for supporting our community, dude. I'm sure Pixel will appreciate that. We've got Anna Bomb Banana gifting a sub to Anna Pet. I think that sub... I think you liked the username. I think that's why you did that. Thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it. Okay. Then we put some bone... Well, let's do it the way we would do it, right? You know? I'm a professional Minecrafter. I'm just going to put my bone meal in here. Then I'm going to grab my shears. Which I can get from here, I guess. Look at that inventory. So cluttered, so quick. The next update needs to be the inventory update, right? Yeah, I feel like the one I made before was wider. Also, I think the cooldown time isn't enough going from one side to the other. And it looks like you can get both types of fungi, right? Yeah, actually that's really interesting. So, if I walk straight from one side to the other, it's too quick. Let's go ahead and extend this design a block on either side. Wow, down to 1 free inventory space. That's not good. Okay, do all of that. Do it over here. Soul Sand. Yeah, I could engineer a slow me down technique, but I believe the bone meal will actually spread a little further side to side. So we're limited by our range going from front to back, but if we can get additional stuff from side to side, why not? Okay, I think we also need to consider that this is for storing some of the things we are collecting. I need those though. Get a little bit of that going. Right. So we do that either side, and then we adjust the redstone, and then we... I don't know what else. We do something else. Surely there's something else to it. Bam. Man, the wind outside is aggressive today. You'd almost think it was angry the way it's blowing. We got a noise in the ear donation here from Inspired Burrito saying, "Hey X, as a musician, what are your thoughts on the UK artist Jacob Collier?" I remember that name. I think someone asked me to check them out some time ago, and I don't remember being that impressed or, you know, like digging it that much. So, if I'm remembering the correct person, not a lot, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes it's like that with music. You check someone out and you don't get into them. But thank you for the donation, dude. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's now do the bizzle. Let's do the bizzle. It's, yeah, like you don't quite get the ones at the back. Even though you can technically, you have to be really lined up, like all the way forward. Okay, is that still not enough? Because the one we did in the shopping area, like, that was never really... Oh, maybe it's just that I ran out of bone meal. No! That's an axe! That's not bone meal! Oh, they'll never let me live this one down. Okay. Okay. How close do I need to be? Wow, we're almost an hour into this one. That's crazy. Like that. Just like that. There you go. Got it nailed down. Can't always get the one at the back. Maybe I should have made it smaller. Yeah, can't right reach her. But hey, it's a way to get stuff, right? Just kind of quick and dirty. Now we're going to go ahead and make the one on the other side, I think. So we need some of these. Some of these and some of those. Don't you know? We got a noise in the ear. And we've got a tree that's grown. Mark Van Funk has subscribed. And Anna Bombanana has gifted a sub to Anna Banana. Jeez, how many Anna related people are there in this stream today? I mean, Anna is a relatively common name, I think. And there are, oh geez, 7,000 people watching. Now I'm curious. When you have a group of 7,000 people, how many people have the same name? Like, what are the odds, statistics, all that kind of stuff? I'm interested. Thank you again for supporting the community. Willy or Willy Not is here with some cheers and bits saying, "Hey Suma, here's a topic I don't think I've ever heard you discuss. What are your thoughts on personality strengths / assessments like MBTI, Enneagram, and the sort? I'm an INFJ, MBTI, and a Type 2W1 Enneagram, and we seem to think alike a lot on various topics." Just about every personality type test that there is, you'll find someone critiquing it. I think you know, actual personality, it's such a widely diverse and difficult to define, and it very much resides within the realm of, you know, kind of like philosophy, right? Like psychology and philosophy, it's not all set in stone stuff. It's agreed upon and theorized about stuff. So you can usually find a critique of personality tests, and you can find people praising them as well. It's a lot of opinion and not a lot of way to really, you know, science it, air quotes, and be like, here's the actual definition, here's the actual truth to the best that we know it, right? It's always going to be in the realm of theory and whatnot. So I've done some personality tests before. Sometimes they can be a little bit insightful for you. I think the main thing about them is, like, when are they practical or helpful? It's probably a good way of thinking about them. If they can be helpful, then they're good for that, right? But accuracy, bit of a skeptical thing, you know. Remember, people see the world in so many different ways, and we see each other and think about each other in so many different ways that what might seem to make a lot of sense to you could be completely disagreeable to someone else. Falcon 102486 is here with the Prime, and Duckmaster Zero is here for 3 months saying, hey X, changed my Twitch name from Magchiel19 to this because you've had a hard time pronouncing that Dutch name. Well, Duckmaster Zero, I believe I'll have an easy time pronouncing that name. If ever I butcher it, you can give me a slap, okay? If I butcher the name of the Duckmaster, there's something going wrong right there. I had to double check to see it didn't say Dutch Master, okay? If it did, I would have slapped myself. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it. Okay, I kind of need to get in here a little bit. Kind of need to get... This soundtrack is magical. I swear that this is like the best soundtrack ever. I've said it so many times, like, you know, it's not just like, oh, the Minecraft music. It's like, no, this is like some 10 out of 10 music going on right here. Beautiful melodies. Love the whole of this thing. Right, so now we got some little come and collect them areas, right, essentially. You want some of these bits? Come and get them. And I'll put a bunch of bone meal in to celebrate. And now we'll do a little bit of harvesting. Ah, these nether sprouts are a pain in the bum. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most perfect AFK-able or whatever. Like, it's just a quick and cheap way to do this. You know, just keep going side to side, keep picking up all the bits. But yeah, that actually, you know, that needs some addressing, doesn't it? And if I put some slabs in here, I could move side to side, possibly aiming slightly lower, and having, yeah, having something. Moving slower, I don't know. It just kind of occurred to me that you can shift these floors and they all pop off, right? I don't think you actually need shears or silk touch. That's a good point. Can I do this with my fist? Oh. Well, I didn't need to use shears then, did I? Oh, so you could pop these off with... that might be smarter, really. In fact, it's just worth automating. Oh, well. Oh, well done, X. Oh, really nice contraption. Should have just used pistons. Yeah, cheers. Thanks. Thanks. Tell me now, do ya, brain? Jeez, that brain of mine. Right, we got Anna Bombanana with another gifted sub to Anna Rose G. You're just looking for everyone with Anna in their name now. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again, Bobs452 with the 16-month support. Let's check it out. So, basically what I'm going to be doing now is probably just... I just had a really interesting idea. Oh man, no, my brain totally had an idea then. Oh my god, my brain's doing all this stuff. Brain, slow down. What do you mean, put that block there? Hang on. Hang on, brain, we're streaming. Wait, okay, brain, you know, chill. It wants me to, yep, get 5 of those, which I just happen to have, put them in a row. Okay, I think my brain thinks it's about to impress everyone. I don't know if you will, brain, you know? This might turn out to be a terrible idea. It's going to use a lot of bone meal. What do you mean we got a bone meal? Oh yeah, we have got a bone meal farm. I'll give you that, we've got a bone meal farm. Jeez, this brain, eh? Right, it wants me to do this. Oh my goodness me, okay. My brain is like literally ticking over right now with ideas. I need 5 of these and 5 of those. Gotcha. And then we need some temporary blocks. So, if I understand correctly... On both sides? Okay. Sorry, peeps, if this is confusing, I'm just having a conversation with my brain here, you know. It just keeps telling me to do things, and I'm like, oh, alright, that's a good idea. I think I understand where this is going. Do y'all understand? Is this making sense to y'all? It's making sense to me. I think I understand, so... Then we need some redstone and a redstone torch. Yep. And a lever. Okay, a lever. That's one part of it. So we put all of this here. And it goes across like this. And then... Okay, probably better to do it like this. Okay, let's check it out. Is it making sense yet? Is it making sense yet? Okay. I think it's making perfect sense to me. Ugh. Okay. I'm starting to see some problems now. Brain, there's going to be problems with this, alright? That may be solvable. But I'm liking where this is going. Let's go sleep in the bed. We have Merry Cypher here for 3 months, Blue Bottle 77 for 45, and Joel Kip for 56. My goodness me. Thank you for your tremendous support, peeps. It is appreciated. I need to drink some water right now. I really do. Just make one big, constantly shifting floor. Oh, I've already thought of... Oh, Brain. Brain, you idiot. Oh. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed with my brain. This is what it does all the time. It gives me all these amazing ideas, and then when I'm deep into it, it goes, that doesn't work. Brain, you are silly. And now what you do? You're throwing the thing on the ground. Ugh. What just happened there? Okay, it's a derp. It's a derp. Let me show you. What do I need? Let me show you my beautiful idea. Jeez, I've got like no options here. Here we go. Here's my beautiful idea. Genius. Genius! Right? Mine it. Where's the new netherrack gonna come from? Actually, hang on. My brain's like, tricked ya. Tricked ya, you thought I was stupid. Brain, you are taking me on some strange adventure here. Okay, you are taking me on a very strange adventure. Oh, gonna have to make it a little bit shorter. So let's just remove you. Oh, genius, Brain. You know, like that. Could this be a contraption? Maybe, but probably not. What we need is that on a timer now, like some weird... Oh. Maybe not, like... Maybe not a timer, but maybe something else. I think my brain doesn't really have a plan here. I don't think there's any end in sight to this. It's just like, hey, let's try that thing. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? It's the wrong way around. It's always the wrong way around to what you expect. Okay, so when we break it, there's two things here. When we break it and when we place it. So, I do that. And we bring the signal across. Where's that signal going to go? Because this thing's kind of in the way. It needs to be higher up. So if I break that... Now... it's still in my offhand, okay? So... Right, it can't grow it when there's solid blocks. So the observer, like, we could have a different swapping system for what type of block it is on this side. And then that means we would have to have an observer here on the side. Which would also then mean the whole other bit of the redstone problem is solved. Jeez. Okay, now we growing stuff. I just don't know what's going on anymore, do I? Okay, so we got you detecting events happening. Maybe just a solid block is all we need on top of that. Redstone wire. Okay. And I didn't get rid of it, did I? So now... very interesting. You got to time that clicking perfectly. But you could totally make a clicker for that. Interesting. Isn't that something, eh? And now we farmed a bunch of warp nilium. So I think what I'll do is rip out this over here. And let's get rid of these pistons. Wait a minute, the pick. Oh, that speedy mining of the piston. That brings joy to my heart. Okay. We've got... of Sora here, gifting a sub to Lil Sally 5. We got Alsev99 for 4 months, saying finally caught another X stream after a month. Have a nice stream day, everyone. We got Vanitas Boy here for 4 months. We got the Twitch Police subscribing. Oh dear. So thanks a lot. Is here for 47 months. Appreciate you, dude. Official Jaden is here with cheers and bits, saying, hey X, here's my helpful derp. In hopes there's going to be more derps in the streams. Always supporting you. I was told by my Discord friends to do this because I didn't know what to say. Ha! Appreciate it, Jay. Appreciate it ever so much. Hope you're enjoying the stream. How do you make a clicker, says VP Gamer? Well, you don't make one. You go and copy the XAFK script and modify it for your needs. That's what you do. That's what I'm going to do if I ever need vast amounts of this stuff. So, that is kind of the contraption right there. Like... parts of this are even just unnecessary now. Including this block at the end. So yeah, with the right type of clicker, you could make something out of that. You could even dispense more... you could dispense more netherrack to the player. You could potentially put hoppers somewhere in the mix here. I mean, there's a lot you could possibly do with this. I'm just going to leave it there. It's kind of been like fun to just experiment and throw something together, you know. Is that all the redstone bits? There's some more bits and bobs, isn't there? Okay, anyway, one of the reasons I wanted to do that was so that we could actually get a bunch of it. So why don't I continue getting a bunch of it? Let's see if it does the magic. Are we out of bone meal? Is that it? We're out of bone meal now. No? No, it just didn't do that one there. Fair enough. Oh, maybe this one's out of bone meal. It's out of bone meal. Alright, that'll do me. It's a quick way to get a whole bunch of stuff. You could even adapt it to have some pistons push these off as well, right? There's a lot you could do with this. A lot you could do with this. Do it like a flower farm, says CMZ Gaming. Well, we're not farming flowers though, are we? We're farming the blocks. Okay, let's put that back. I just died, says when was the last time you died? I don't know. Not sure. Okay, let's go fix that and then fix this one. Now the reason I wanted a bunch of these was because when you grow the trees, they're going to... Oh, I need some bone meal as well. I got some bone meal. They're going to basically Like, they're going to turn them back, aren't they, is the problem. I don't even know if they're going to grow like this. Apparently they can grow into my face. Oh, wow, they grow side by side kind of easy. Interesting. Well, that is going to make chopping it all down nice and easy. Or maybe not. Let's grab a rocket. This stuff, like, they ain't like normal trees, are they? It's not like these blocks despawn after you've chopped down the logs, so... Oh, wow, that's tall. You also need to come up here and get all of this stuff. So building a tree farm for this will be interesting. You've got 2 different types of block that use a different tool to harvest. I wonder if the axe harvests it as well. No, it doesn't, so you need 2 different tools to gather all the resources from this. Interesting. Well, we're going to do a little bit of farming now, a little bit of idle farming, so I think it's conversation time. We had a lot of talk yesterday. Who enjoyed the talk from yesterday? Because we'll continue on from a couple of things that we talked about in that stream. Suma, how do you like your toast? I like it slightly burnt. And with a little bit of butter on. Cool, good to see you people enjoying the chat. Alright, so yesterday we talked about Jenna Marbles, and I went and watched her video, and I understand much more about what it's about, and how what I was saying yesterday made it like pretty clear that I was out of the loop. So I watched her video, and she's basically, you know, kind of like pouring her heart out and saying, hey, I've got all these videos that I'm not proud of anymore, that I don't like what I did, and I don't like, you know, these things that I were a part of once. I've changed as a person, and that's great. It's a really mature and difficult thing to do, and totally like support what she's doing there. It is, there's like one little thing about it that I would bring up and discuss and say, this is interesting because of that. But for the most part, like, I totally get it, and it got me thinking, like, I think most of us can relate to the idea that things that we did 10 years ago on the internet we're probably not going to be too keen about today, right? Stuff ages quickly, it seems. And so anyway, she got a bunch of these videos, and like, she's upset about them, and, you know, doesn't want them to hurt anyone else, and I think that's all, like, that's all great, really. I got not a problem with that at all. And, well, Lemmy is God in chat says she deserves to be cancelled. I don't know. I would not say that. I would not say that. What I did bring up yesterday was cancel culture. The first way it was explained to me in my stream was cancel culture, right? And this is not a case of an external pressure coming in and going, you're cancelled, right? But I really do think that it is related to cancel culture in essence of it creating a climate, right? Like, when the cancel thing happens and someone gets cancelled, that's the weather. But there's a climate as well. It then changes how people behave and act. Sometimes that could be good, maybe sometimes it's not so good. But there was a moment in it where she said she just doesn't want anyone to be offended, right? And for someone to be, you know, hurt by these cringy videos that she posted years ago, as she described them, like, I totally get that. I can understand that. You know, the things that you do can hurt people. But, like, the idea of, you know, not wanting to offend someone, I find that term to be rather tricky to navigate. Because, in essence, I can tell you right now that I'm offended that you're watching my stream. And let's face it, we've all heard someone say that they're offended by something that you might think is ridiculous. So, at what point is someone claiming they're offended reasonable? And that's the one thing that I, you know, thought or took away from a video that I just left me thinking about it, right? Everything else, totally on board with. I think it was great of her to do it as well. She clearly felt very strongly about it. But then I think, okay, there's also this external pressure of the culture we've created, this cancel culture, that has led her to do this. And for the most part in this situation, it seems like a good thing. But it's the offense bit, like not wanting to offend someone. You know, like offense is something you claim. You claim you're offended, and I find it hard to get my head around that stuff because I'm a very not offended person. I just don't ever have a strong feeling to something that I would describe as offense. So if someone's being outrageous or wild or saying something hurtful and disgusting, offense isn't what I have in response. It's more like I'd rather have an understanding of the situation. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. It's like jealousy for me. Maybe when I was a child I was jealous at one point or another, but I've seen other people around me be jealous, and it's just an emotion that like I can't ever gravitate towards. I just don't have it in me. It's like if someone's got something you want, be happy for them. And I never have like that allergic reaction that I've seen other people have. You know, so maybe it's just like one of these places where I'm a little bit blank. Like I just don't get the offense thing. You're too analytical, X. You look into the why they might have a different view rather than just react, says Mashish MC. Yeah, that could be it. I'm just very analytical with stuff. I'd totally take that if that were your interpretation. Right, we got iCharon here with a donation saying, are you looking forward to the lithium update, or is the server running well without it? It's doing okay without it. I am looking forward to it. It's already out, and we're just going to wait a week and see if any bugs come up before we update ourselves. Black Eye, GTA 97 has subscribed, and Toby Robots here for 3 months. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. Let's take it to chat. The people who support cancel culture are the Karens of our generation. I disagree with that because I believe using terms like just referring to people as Karens, I find it just so deconstructive and like unhelpful. Like it doesn't really say anything other than, you know, you're just going to think in terms of that group of people, this type of person. That's how I'm going to look at the world, you know? Like I don't think it's helpful to look at it that way, because there's different degrees of cancel culture. There's sometimes when people get cancelled, we all agree on it. Although, to be fair, when that happens, it's not really seen as cancel culture, but it kind of is. Like, I think maybe the term refers to the uglier side of it, or the way some of us might see an uglier side to it. John Cleese said it best. People who can't control their own emotions try to control others' behaviour. Yeah, that sounds kind of reasonable. Because it sounds all very reasonable. That, and I just, again, you know me, I try and always like save, but maybe not. Like, I don't know. It's a bit of mind reading going on there. That's always a problem, the old mind reading. Sweet Sandy says, missed the stream yesterday, had to look up what cancel culture means. Well, cancel culture, when I say it, refers to this wave of like people being outraged by something someone's done and then deeming that they are cancelled, and then a mob group comes along and tries to deplatform someone. That's what I mean by, you know, cancel culture. And the reason that I'd say I'm sort of against it, or I think it's toxic, is because it just feels like this, someone's deciding what's wrong and right, and then they're going to come and erase you from the internet. And I just don't think that's healthy for a lot of reasons. You know, like, if you grow as a person and you have made mistakes, I think it can be powerful to teach other people about that. I think the better thing to do is to help people become aware in a constructive way. I also think like Twitter is probably, and the way we interact with each other on the internet is probably really fueling this, because it seems like so much of how we interact with each other just gets interpreted as like being generally negative if you find yourself on the side of like initial disagreement. And this actually ties into something else I wanted to talk about. All right. So every now and then I see like a video on Reddit. Okay, I browse Reddit, and so Reddit has its leaning and its type of things it likes to share, and it likes to do its people gawking, where oh, look at this person being awful kind of thing. I find it a little bit draining, but I sort of tolerate it when I browse Reddit, which is a strange thing to do, really. Like, maybe I should find a better platform to waste 5 minutes on the toilet on, But so there's like a big thing happening right now, and I'm sure many of you have heard about it and had an opinion on it. But the President, Trump, has tweeted a video and given support to the people in the video, and one of them is very clearly shouting white power. Now, when it comes to critiquing Trump, there is obviously a lot of divisiveness and division around this topic, but for the longest time, people have tried to just attack him on superficial stuff, and never on really like hard issues. If he looks unwell one day, they'll talk about it, they'll attack him for his diet, or and all of that just it dilutes the real reasons to critique his actions. And I think today really saw a strong reason to critique his actions, but because there's been so much trying to take small little things and blow them into big things, especially around racism with him, which I believe the guy is probably just a sort of a bigot who maybe doesn't realise he's a bigot, in a way. That's my interpretation of him, right? And he's tweeted this thing out, and because there's been this like constant narrative of him being attacked for all sorts of ridiculous reasons, as well as legitimate ones, I think we're going to see this moment where his base will probably defend him on this, and it seems like one of these moments that is really indefensible. Okay, if you're going to defend him on this, you're pretty much endorsing shouting white power. And I saw it today, I read a little bit about it, and it just felt like, is this just going to be another thing in the ongoing Trump fiasco? Or is this going to be a serious moment for like saying, wait a second? Because, I mean, he's been accused of it for a long time now, of like dog whistling to the alt-right or extreme right, and this requires some mind reading. You have to kind of say, oh, I know what he really means, and that becomes quite defensible if you're on the other side. But now someone is shouting white power, and he has defended and endorsed them, and if his base then defends him for that, just feels like a nasty step in the wrong direction, big time. Like there's a clear line being crossed there, right? Clear line being crossed. And to any Trump supporter out there, I hope maybe that is a moment to actually reflect on what he's doing and saying. Brian Buckley says, I'm not racist, I just agree with racists every time. Yeah, the thing is, someone who's a racist can say something not related to race that you can agree with, right? And it's that kind of association. Like, there's been too much of like any little thing he does, let's try and connect the dots. Oh, it's really about this. And it's been, I think, so unhelpful the way he's been just, because people dislike him from the get-go, they're just trying to find any old reason to attack him for it. It really dilutes the moments where it's quite serious, and this is a moment that seems really serious. I mean, the tweet that the video, it happens in the first few seconds. It's not like he can say, oh, didn't even notice it was there. It's way too blatant to deny it. If he does deny it, you're playing a game of, well, I'm lying and everyone knows it. Let's see what happens. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. What is a bigot? Says quiet one. It's a word I've learned just through hearing other people say it. So to give you an exact definition, I'm not sure, but the way I would describe someone who's a bigot is like holding prejudices against someone based on class, sex, religion, any sort of factor like that, holding some sort of predisposed position towards them, right? That's what I described as bigotry. And yeah, I think the president is a bigot, but probably the sort that kind of holds those views more casually without thinking about them. Like, if you listen to his speeches and the way he talks, he's a very self-assured, confident, what I say is the truth kind of person, and I think he operates from a mindset of like, how can I win? How can I make this right? As opposed to being someone who might think through the ethics of what they're doing and saying. Like, it's more self-centered thinking, and so, you know, I don't think the guy like wants this group of people or that group of people to be like removed or eliminated, but just falls into that sort of candid bigotry. I don't know, something like that. Let's read these noises in the ear. We got Golden God Nick for 4 months, Bellonet T for 21. So thank you for the amazing videos, live streams. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the nice message. Akira Cypher with the Prime, and Disco Strange Behaviour, cheers and bits, saying, hey X, you'd be a great inspirational speaker. Also, what's your opinion on Katie Hopkins? I don't know who Katie Hopkins is, so not much of an opinion there. And, motivational speakers never appealed to me. And motivation is a word where, like, I think discipline is the better way to get things done than motivation. I think, like, it's easy to look at someone in one position and then think, you'd be good at this. But, like, I think, in a weird way, this is my niche. Like, this is the weird little niche I found for myself, right? Makes sense. Like, when I have these little chats and discussion, people like to say nice things like, oh, X for president or something, right? Peeps, you don't want me running the economy. I don't know anything about it, right? Like, I get the gesture, I get the idea, but like, yeah, it's easy to kind of like look at one person who's good at one thing and then think it applies to other things. I don't think that would suit me. Like, maybe I do motivate you, but really I'm just trying to have a conversation. And again, the discipline thing, like, when I talk about health and fitness or anything, it's more like, hey, forget motivation, right? Form habits, develop disciplines, as opposed to look for like some reason in you to be like, oh, I am gonna run today and enjoy it. Like, forget that. Run today and it's gonna suck. But then at the end of the run, when it's all done, you can thank yourself and go, okay, that's good for my health. I did that. Let's make it a habit. Let's keep doing it, even though it sucks. Just get used to doing it. Embrace it. Embrace it is difficult. Anyway, yeah, like I'm saying, going totally off track here. The president's always saying things that have no proof or has been proven false. And when we say... that one went off the screen. Chat's moving very fast. Yeah, X couldn't run for president because he's not an American citizen. Good point. That's why you have other people inform you for the issues. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a president should surround themselves with people who can inform them. And I've had some experience with leadership, but probably not hard, difficult leadership, right? Like, I've led Hermitcraft for quite some times. I've made some mistakes along the way. I've learnt from them and figured things out over time. But, you know, Hermitcraft is like its own little self-serving thing in a weird way. I'm not coming into here and like fixing difficult problems. It's more like, this is playing a computer game, it's fun, and just kind of making some simple decisions. But like, along the way, I've learnt stuff about leadership that's interesting, and I've listened to podcasts about leadership, and there's so much to think about it, and surrounding yourself with other people and be willing to listen to them and try to understand them, that is a great leadership skill. You know, I think it'd be interesting if I ever found myself in a more important position where the decisions you make are actually like have more risk or whatever, you know, like more seriousness. I'd be interested to see what I'd be capable of given what I've learned from this. It might just be that it's like, oh, actually no, No, you're not cut out for this. You know, it could be like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I feel like I've learnt some stuff along the way. But it hasn't been put to the test, I guess. Something like that. Cetracine hydrochloride. Thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Let's try and get back on track with the... Oh, jeez, with the comment. With the chat about the president. Oof. You know, I might be a Brit, but as you know, America is kind of like the center of the world sometimes. Lunar or Manic says Hermitcraft is kind of socialist in some ways. Everyone agrees to get along. Yeah, that's I wouldn't call it socialist. Like, I don't think socialist is agreeing to get along, but I think you kind of like, you know, like Hermitcraft isn't like something can go wrong and the taps go out and the lights go out and you have no electricity. Like, the stakes aren't like that. It's just a group of people, and all we have to do is be reasonable with one another, you know, and keep it simple. And it is, because we're just playing a computer game together, right? And you know, we're all adults and we're mature, and we can coexist and get along and have fun together. It's a simple thing, and we can see the simplicity in it, I guess. Might be very different if it meant the lights go out, then all of a sudden the stakes are totally different. Socialist with a shopping district, says Toby Robot. Yeah, exactly. Tina Monday, I won't read out your comment, but actually I don't think I even have a reply to that. Just I know what you're getting at. I guess it can go that way as well, right? Fortunately, it hasn't here. Psycrafters communism, says Surprise T. Yeah, I believe they do, right? They do it all for one, all together kind of thing. How much stuff have we done here? We've done two sets of the other type and one set of this. So we're going to do another set of this now. Where's my bone mill at? Getting along with other people is always good, says Bulk Grey Wing. Yeah, it is, and I believe over time the amount of people are getting along has probably been on the increase, right? If you think about how big society is today and interconnected. Yeah, going back to the speaking of people getting along, going back to the Trump thing. So in this video, it's got, I've seen this time and time again. It's got, you know, the opposing side supporting Democrats or Republicans or whatever, and they're in range of one another. And what are they doing? They're shouting insults at each other, calling each other a-holes, and I've seen so many videos like that pop up, and every time I see them I'm like, why do people want to do this? Like, why do you want to scream arsehole at each other? It's like, there's that person, and there's this person, and because they're wearing a t-shirt or they're waving this little banner that says I'm a Democrat, I can see it unfold. It's like, now all the things that person thinks the other type of person is, and vice versa, just causes them to shout and scream at each other. And it's so destructive. And I tell you, like, imagine those people met and they weren't wearing their Trump shirt, their Biden shirt, and they were at something they shared an interest in together. You know, a sports game. And politics just didn't come up. Conversate with one another, have a chat, and talk about people's families and what they're up to and what they do for a living. I can picture people getting along. And yet, this politics thing just, it's so divisive. And so, when you see these, like, people screaming at each other, I'm also thinking, like, surely you know this doesn't lead anywhere. Like, you don't go, like, oh, you support that guy, you're an a-hole, and then that person's like, oh yeah, I am. Oh, good point. Like, shouting insults at each other, how's that going to change anyone's mind? It's just going to entrench one another. And then the next time you see someone with that shirt on or whatever, you're going to think they're like the last person. It's so ridiculous. How did it get to this? How did the discourse become this terrible and awful? Trust me, about the political shirts, they still behave like juveniles. I unfortunately have to deal with that type of person daily in America, says Humwat. Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. Like, that's usually the reason they're shouting at one another, right? So, if you take that away and both people talk to each other on some other terms and don't bring that up, can't you imagine them getting along? I think I can. You can't change a person's mind unless they're already open to learn something new. That's very true. And that doesn't happen in a debate because the whole point is to defend your own side and not to learn. Yeah, that's why I like conversation more than debate. Although the two have shared boundaries, right? I like listening to conversations because people share what they know and respect one another in some of the podcasts I've heard. I have listened to more debate-styled podcasts though, and those are actually like can be really annoying sometimes. I was listening to one the other day. It was a bit of a morbid curiosity, and I found it like really boring because like one person was explaining their points of view, and then when the other person was dismissive of it, it was a very like you had to know all the context to understand what they were saying. They weren't explaining their point of view. They were just critiquing in this weird way. It was such a strange thing. Because I was like, I want to hear your point of view too, but you're not really given that. It's just like these critiques based on, hey, you know I oppose you or whatever, because we're debating. What podcast do you listen to? A lot. And the real blocking says, do you ever watch Joe Rogan? Yeah, Joe Rogan's one I tune into quite often. He's been kind of disappointing me lately with his attitude towards the pandemic and COVID. I say this a lot, so I'll say it again. Like all this kind of talk of like, oh, they told us to do this and that wasn't effective, and oh, it's not as bad as it was supposed to be, and all of this. All of that's kind of true, but why are we being so dismissive about it? Like, when this thing kicked off, we didn't know what to do. It's always been a learning process. Whatever the science is, it's always been changing. The science is like different scientists' advice and interpretation of what information's available to them. And then as time goes on, the information becomes, it becomes different as there's more of it. And then we have to reassess and learn and reevaluate. And then we find out we can do this thing, we can do that thing, and that other thing we told you to do earlier ain't as good. And like if we all try and move in the same direction together, we can make some effective differences here. One of the big things that's recently come out though is that the death rate when it first started was around 6 to 7% of cases, and now it's down to 1%. And that's been used by some people to say, see, it's not as bad as they said it was. Whereas actually it's like, well, we've learned to treat it now. We've found existing medicine. We've found different practices to treat the patients. Those things are important. And the other thing as well, like, again, like the Trump stuff, okay, talking about testing less. It was so bizarre to say him hear that. I mean, I really struggle. I've always tried to try and understand, but lately that guy is just saying stuff that just blows my mind. The whole testing less thing. But something that's interesting about testing, how much testing you're doing and how many cases you have because of that. It can be easy to think, oh, we're doing a lot of testing, we're getting a small amount of cases, we're doing all right. Whereas actually, if you're doing a lot of testing and getting a lot of cases, it could tell you that where you're testing in the places that people are having it, right? So if you test every person who comes into the hospital sick and needs help and they've clearly got it, you're sort of adding yep, this person's blatantly got it to the amount, and so it distorts the number, it distorts the perspective, the statistic. If you go to regions or areas of like places where there are less cases and you test there, and then you find cases, that's effective testing. Okay, think about that. Like, you know, the results of testing tell you different things about it, and it's just the same thing with numbers and data over and over again. It can be really tricky to get your head around this stuff and to figure it out. It's not always as straightforward as the way some people tell you it. So let's say you put me in charge of testing and I go, test everyone who comes into the hospital sick, and we get a 99% test rate. I could turn around and go, I'm doing a fantastic job, 99%, I'm catching everyone who's getting it, right? Or I could go, don't test those people because we know they blatantly got it, just treat them in the hospital, and let's go and test people in places where we think getting positive results would be really beneficial. Let's go and test people that are in contact with lots of other people, so if they've got it we can remove them and isolate them, right? Then my testing could be really effective regardless of what percentage we get, because we're targeting the people that are most in contact with others. You know, like, it's just numbers and statistics. They don't tell you the full story. They get twisted and used in different ways, and it's just madness what's happening in this world. We need to pull together, educate one another, be informed and talk, and try and get us on the same page here. It's like the masks thing. The masks thing. Again, it's like, it feels just absolute madness that you'd want to make wearing a mask about something other than an opportunity to help other people. If anyone out there is like, you know, you don't want to wear a mask for reasons associated to freedom and liberty or whatever, like, sure, but if you put that mask on, it's an opportunity to help other people. To say, hey, I might have it, I might be asymptomatic, I'm wearing this mask. It means people I come into contact with, you know, 90% reduced chance of getting it. And that's it. That's all it has to be. And if we all pulled together on that front, I mean, because it's such a political thing, I can almost imagine it. If Trump had gone, yeah, mask, let's do this, I imagine his base would have come with him, right? They seem to stick with him. That would have been great if he had gone, let's do the masks thing. I mean, imagine everyone. Oh, masks only help out about 70%, says iPlopMC. Again, percentages, numbers, you hear different things all over the place, right? I heard 90% the other day. Maybe they were talking about a different type of mask to the 70% one. It's just all numbers, but we know they really do help. They make a difference. Brewer says the number of cases in... Oh, that one's going off the screen. That looked like an interesting point as well. What about those people who think they're inhaling carbon dioxide when wearing one? There might be some truth in that, you know? You exhale carbon dioxide and perhaps some of it sticks around in the mask and you breathe a bit more back in. Look, you're not wearing it all day long, are you? Well, in theory, you know, what should we be doing in lockdown? Going out to the shops? That's the time you need to wear it, when you're in close proximity with other people. We're not talking about wearing it 24/7 and taking a bit of a potential... I mean, I can't see that being much of a health risk, right? And I've heard no doctor talking of some backfire of wearing the mask. I mean, look, you know, medical workers have been wearing masks for a long, like donkeys. It's not like we haven't had time to study the effects of a mask. If it were known that wearing a mask could be bad for you on like a small scale, like that's being asked of people right now, surely we would know about that. We nurses wear masks all day in, day out, and there are no negative effects from it, says Frio Baby. And how many nurses are there out there in the world, right? We should have known this by now, so it seems a bit of a moot point, actually. Yeah. Person with name I can't pronounce. I also hate how politicised it all is. It doesn't feel so politicised over here in the UK, but people are really flaunting the rules, and there's been street parties and packed beaches recently, and over here it's like less of a divisive thing when that happens. It doesn't happen through party lines. But it's a bit frustrating to see, but we seem to kind of be getting away with it right now, and maybe in a short while things will change. Also, the cases in America, I haven't heard much to this. Like, I can't do it every day. I dip my toes into the news here and there, but like, I have heard some talk of it being related to all the protests, which, you know, wouldn't be surprising. Mass gatherings of people relating to the spread of it. The biggest risk with COVID is alcohol sanitizer burns from touching a charged surface after soaping. I have no idea what you mean by that. By the way, noises in the ear. Where did we get to? Edgy Pitter subscribe, Lasagna, +1 for you for 2 months, Red Reverend for 4, Spartan Master 120 for 5. Thank you so much. The number of cases is pointless in the public sphere. A huge number of people who get infected are asymptomatic, so it has nothing to do with health, but how pervasive it is. Unless we develop a cure, it is some foregone conclusion that everyone will get it. Possibly. I can definitely think of some other elements to counter that point, like the virus can mutate. You know, herd immunity before everyone, so you might find that 90% of people get it, and changes along the way. But yeah, saying that everyone's got it asymptomatic is not true. People get it symptomatically as well, remember. And we have the ability to curb the spread of it. So in some countries like New Zealand, there are 0 cases, and they have completely controlled it within their population. So if they stay isolated from the world, they will not have it. Yeah, and it is about health, because viruses are a part of the dynamic of health of a human being. So it does tie into health as well. Like, those with stronger immune systems can effectively, or supposedly seem to deal with it better, right, than people with weak immune systems. But here's one of the most fascinating things I think about the whole thing that I have heard, and I've heard it happen a couple of times, right? And I really think this, you know, sometimes you can take information that's out there in the world and it's a known thing. You hear something that backs up your thoughts and feelings, and then it kind of makes you feel stronger about them. But I've said it a lot about the immune system related to all of this, right? And how maybe one day in the future we might have like technology that lets us see what's going on in the viral part of our immune system. Like, we live in constant contact with these viruses and these sorts of things. And I've heard these 2 stories about, both of them pretty much the same thing. I heard one in Wales just the other week, that there are factories full of workers who are asymptomatic working in animal factories, factory farming of animals, okay? We know that these are like zoonotic viruses. They come from animals, and it's when they leak to us that they become a problem and we have a pandemic, right? We know of these things. We've had several of them over the years leading up to this one. And what's really fascinating, that there's been several cases of these workers who work with animals and finding that everyone has it. Like, massive groups of people inside the factory have it, and they're all asymptomatic. Now, how fascinating is that? People that spend their time around animals, working in these factories day in, day out, get it and be asymptomatic. It's, in my mind, it's almost like their immune systems are accustomed to that zoonotic thing, because they're around it all the time. You know? I could be getting some things there not 100% accurate, but it seems like a point to me. Like, how can we have these factories full of workers working with animals, the most likely place to get it, and they get it asymptomatically and are fine? It's like, it says something about the environment that they're in. I think it's quite telling. Let's see. Where do we get to? Anna Bomb Banana has gifted a sub to My Name is Anna. Anna, I think people might be signing up with Anna usernames just to get subs. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for doing that again. Spartan Master 120. I'm not sure if I read yours out. Red Reverend and +1 for you. I think we definitely read those ones. We also got Mashundra Hutsan. I'm butchering your name. I believe I read your message out earlier. Thank you for subscribing. Someone says you're going to raid XB. XB's next, right? When I was ordering the streams, I got to put myself at this later time, which I really wanted to do. I think I might have done it once before, but basically I always end up going first, and there was an opportunity for me to throw myself in a bit later, so I thought I'd give that a shot this weekend. Yeah, XB is after me. Thanks for letting me know, peeps. Yeah, and XB was another one where he's usually like one of the last people to stream based on his availability. Today I could chuck him in a little bit earlier, so I try to do that. Try to be as inclusive as I can, get everyone in there. Sometimes I have to ask someone to be like, hey, can you take one for the team and sit this one out because we got, you know, too much overlapping. And then, yeah, try and shuffle people about a little bit so they get to do something different. And I got to do that for myself and XB. And Stress as well. I put Stress in the morning, but unfortunately she was under the weather, so we didn't have Stress stream yesterday, which is unfortunate. Okay, we got Rocking Death with the Prime. Philosopher 42 for 2 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. They teach us how to debate in school, not how to have a proper conversation, says the Gliders. You know what? I think it'd be really interesting, actually, now. Just the way you said that just made my mind tick over. I want to learn more about debating now. Like, I'd be really curious to see what they do actually teach you and say to you, because I've become so fond of the idea of conversation being the way forward. That Shishwami Void is good people. We is good people, yo. Good people. I'm assuming XB's listening again. Oh, fell in a hole. I'm Umbo and Green streaming. Not today. On occasion they've joined in, but they're not like routine streamers like the rest of us are. So that's why you don't really see them participate in this, and you know, like, that's fine. I know a lot of you want to see them stream, but that's just not their thing. See, XB Crafted isn't listening. Just coincidentally typing messages that make complete sense to what I'm saying. Just a thing. Kirby, 1997, thank you ever so much for your 4 months of support. Appreciate it. Right, I don't even know when I'm going to use all these materials, right? I should have checked the list and seen what else I wanted to do, but... well, I think I actually know exactly what I'm going to do next. Yes, I do. But this was just a thing. I did need to do this, now that I think about it. I need 6 stacks of the block that I'm harvesting right now, and then 6 stacks of these planks. So, job well done. Job well done. Demon, the name Shishwami comes from Keralis and Totmas. I think Totmas called me Shishwambam, and then Keralis called me Shishwami. Mumbo's done 2 streams so far this season. Yeah, there you go. And then myself, I've probably done more than I've probably done about 50. I think I've actually streamed more than I've made episodes this season, but that might have turned a little bit lately with me playing dungeons. Mr. Mackenzie, 25 with the Prime subscription, and Anonymous gifting a sub to Fake XB Crafted. Wow, interesting choice. Thank you so much for gifting the sub. Appreciate it. This, you know, the way you harvest these things, really like it. It's different. Just creates a different little process for gathering all the blocks, and they made it nice and friendly. It's easy to get a lot manually. I think I might look at some ways to add a small amount of automation in here, but I'm not really sure what that would be, because these things can grow really tall. Although maybe we could put like height suppression on them, or maybe we could find a way to automate, perhaps keeping this stuff like we've done over there. We could make a little contraption where it turns it back after the tree's grown, you know. Add in a few little things to make life easier. And I think we've got a cool project in the works over here. And we've got a bunch of shroom light as well. Okay, I'm going to need to move these items around a little bit, aren't I? Right, anyway, we should focus on getting tidied up and getting out of here. We've got a stream torch to pass on. And then I might have a little bit of time for some more digging. I'm going to throw away the shears, they're completely pointless. And everything else here I get to leave, so... actually, no, let's put those back in there. What's this? Nether? Oh, you can have that. Cool, successfully tidied up. And we got XP crafted, gifting subs to Jamie X, Mrs. Cheeks, Leha Lapis, Eketh, Amirea. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you again supporting our community with those gifted subs. And XP is up next, peeps. Let's get some hype for XP stream. It's coming your way real soon. Okay, I've got to go drop off these items. Phew. Don't know why I made the pew sound. I just like the pew sound. Bacterium says, how are you able to produce all good content streaming and all? When do you sleep? I mean, I'm a very time management person. I spend my day staying focused, trying not to get distracted on the things that I want to do. And that is make videos. So, you know, if you got goals of making videos, gotta work on that. Gotta work hard. Gotta not get distracted. Right, I should put these down over here for now. I think I need like a whole wall just for the nether blocks, right? That might be a fun idea for a project. Up next is XP, then Scar, then Jevin, then Wells. Thank you for sharing the rest of the plan. Peeps, you can go to livestream.hermitcraft.com if you want to see the full schedule. We got Sci-Fun here with the Prime, Ashley and Cats 9 with the subscription. Thank you for your support. Hope you all enjoyed the stream today. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. You know, let's hope for a better world. Let's all get, you know, more respectful of one another, more conversational. And let's try and avoid falling into those traps of being outraged and angry at one another, because more of that just ain't helping in this world right now, you know. Does Keralis ever stream? Keralis doesn't. I'd really love to see Keralis give it a shot though. I can't even recall if we ever did one like years ago, so I've been meaning to bring that up to him for a while. I've just sort of not. But I'd love to see Keralis give it a shot at least. That'd be cool. X, have you ever played Satisfactory, says TNT? I have, and you can find those streams on my second channel. Peeps, if there's ever a game you're curious if I've played, you can use my website to see a list of them as well, I believe. You know, you can search my channel. I've played loads of games over the years, loads of cool series that we've made that you might find interesting. Toxic Humours is here for 2 months saying, appreciate your insight in these confusing times. Love the stream. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate your support. Favourite 1.16 blocks is Evil Glitch. Ooh. I feel like there's one that I should say straight away, but my brain won't tell me what it is. You know? Polybridge 2 anytime soon. Nah, not going to do Polybridge 2. Alright, we got MJF Follows 1 here for the subscribing. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. I'm kind of here like 5 minutes early. I could be mining some blocks for 5 minutes. I didn't realise it was actually that early, because I started sort of like 3 minutes early from false. Let's see what XP wants to do. XP is on. What are they doing? Struggling to climb up. Right, I think I might head back and do a bit of mining then, until XP's ready. We've got like 3 minutes. I'm cutting it close. I'm going to be able to mine like 2 blocks. Oh, there you go. Okay, there we go. We won't do that. We won't do that then. JC E1. Whenever I've encountered Stoic philosophy, I've totally dug that. Like you said, it's right up your street. Yeah, it is. I'm very interested in that Stoic stuff. Anonymous has gifted a sub to Wow Whatever. Thank you for gifting the sub, dude. Appreciate it. Okay, I think XP is now live. If you peeps want to head over there and check it out. People are telling me he's live. If you want to hit the follow button before you head over there, that'd be amazing. Be sure to hit it on your way out. And he did say shopping area. I kind of assumed he had come through here, right? Well, I'm here now. Just waiting for the other X. X2. XB. I'm XA. I'm X1. Alright? The other X. That's what we call him. X squared. Now that sounds better. X squared. I like it. Loadley Girl, thank you for subscribing. TNTLWH, thank you for subscribing as well. Appreciate it. There's mycelium, says someone. There's XB. Yeah, has there been any renovating going on? Not yet. Got to give Scar some time. Here he is, the one, the only. Mr. XB Crafted. We're conducting a raid, my friends. So right now, what you need to do is go to the chat, hit the follow button, and then hit the raid button. Let's set up the raid. Here we go. We doing it. All right, peeps. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Appreciate all your support. And there you go. You can hit the raid button. See you later, peeps. Bye bye.